Hey everybody, it is Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day. There are 5 parables of Jesus in Matthew chapter 13. Yesterday we looked at one of the best known parables, the parable of the sower, also known as the parable of the 4 soils. And we want to be the good soil to help the gospel message take root and grow and multiply. But today let's look at a parable that you may not know. The parable of the weeds. It's found in Matthew 13, 24 to 30. It says this, Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where did the weeds come from? An enemy did this, he replied. The servants asked him, Do you want us to go and pull them up? No, he answered, because while you're pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned, then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn. Now, we know that the scenario that Jesus described here was one that his audience would know well. There was a weed called darnel that looked just like wheat in early stages. Only later, when it had grown around the wheat, could you tell the difference. But by that time, the roots were all tangled up. You had to wait until after the harvest to separate the weeds from the wheat. Now, what does this parable mean? Well, fortunately, Jesus explains the parable in Matthew 13, 36 to 43. I invite you to go read that. But the basic explanation is this. The field is the world. The good seed are what Jesus calls the children of the kingdom. The bad seed, Jesus calls the children of the evil one. And the point is, you can't always tell who's who. Some people seem like they're righteous and good, but in reality, they're rotten to the core. Others we may think are no good, but we don't know their whole story. We don't have all the facts. They may actually be wonderful. They may be great. So 2 points. We are in no position to judge because we don't see or know everything. The second point, though, there is going to be a judgment. Because God does see everything. God does know everything. And God's judgment is always righteous and always merciful and always just. Because God is good all the time.